everybody, happy Sunday and welcome back to the Randomised Grid F1 Manager live streams. If you're new here, my name's Aaron. Welcome along if you are new. If you're an old hand around here, welcome back. Hello to Callum and to Jim in the chat already. If you're in the chat, say hello. And, well, we are almost here, aren't we? With not only the end of this series, which we're only doing one season of before we move on to McLaren with no upgrades until Austria, but almost here with the 2024 F1 season. The car launches are well underway. Most of them are kind of the same colour, except the team with no name. So it's been an interesting and not interesting launch, if that makes sense, because all the cars have been stripped bare, and VCarb are the only team that have bothered to paint their car. But they'll strip that off once they realise they're 2 seconds off the pace. Now, today is a big day because Fernando Alonso could be crowned world champion in our save. I'm not sure why there's no chat on the right hand side of this screen. Let me turn it off and on again. That didn't do anything. But yes, Fernando Alonso can become world champion today in this stream. Let's show you the standings. We are, I say, comfortably leading the Constructors' Championship. We're well ahead in the Constructors at Ferrari. Red Bull are trying to close the gap, but they lost 10 points to us in the last race in COTA, which I believe, did we win? I haven't even looked. We did win. We did win. We've won all of the last 6 races. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 wins in a row. That is pretty impressive. So we've got Mexico City next, and then we go to Brazil, which is where Fernando can be crowned the Randomised Grid World Champion, because he has a 58-point lead over Lewis Hamilton. Of course, if he holds that going out of Brazil, he wins the World Championship. We could actually win it in the sprint at some point, I would guess. So we'll have to wait and see and do the maths as we're going along. Fernando has won 10 races this season. Lewis has won 6. His form has kind of nosedived since the mid-season. Charles Leclerc hasn't won at all for Red Bull. Unbelievable. And yet he's still 2 points ahead of Esteban Ocon, who's won 3 races. But Esteban has crashed out twice, so that would explain that. Hello to Pulse Potato in the chat. Welcome along to the stream. Let's get cracking then with the Mexican Grand Prix. I think we've sorted our car out. We are going to need to take some grid penalties today with Esteban Ocon, because look at the state of this. All of his accidents have just left him with battered and smashed pieces. I think we'll just take one of everything. Yeah, we might as well. Just one of each, please. The old pick and mix trick. Have one of everything, please, sir. And I'll pay for my sweeties and I'll be on my way. So, Mexico City, what have you got for us? It's been a apart from the car launches, it's been a relatively quiet week in Formula One this week. We're going to stick Ollie Behrman in the car for practice 1. Then we're going to simulate to qualifying. Will I finish the season in this stream? No. We are going to do Mexico, and then we'll do Brazil, and then Vegas and Abu Dhabi will be a separate stream. So we've only got essentially two more episodes of this stream left. Unless, if we win the championship today, you decide that we just move on to the next series, then we can do that, because essentially we've completed what we needed to do. But we'll see. That's to be decided at the end of the stream. But we need to decide that we're on pole position first. So yeah, apart from the car launches, it's been a relatively quiet news week in F1 world. Oh, Fernando might need to take a grid penalty as well, actually. Actually, I think we... Do we do it now and then we put him in a position where he can win it in Sao Paulo? Yes. Let's just do it with both cars at the same time, because what is there to lose? I'd rather do it now and then we've just got the race to sort it out, whereas if you have to do it on a sprint weekend, it's a bit messy. Hello to Sammy Short, who has just subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Takes us to, I think it's 624, not that I'm counting. But yes, every single one of you is hugely appreciated. And welcome to the channel, Sammy. Great to have you here. Hope you're enjoying the content. Aston Martin are revealing their car tomorrow. I wonder what dry speech Lawrence Stroll is going to give us this year. Well, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Let's go like that. That looks okay. Oh, that looks a bit better. That'll do for Fernando. That'll give us something in the 90s, I think. Traction is... well, it could be better for Esteban. That'll do, I think. There we go. Right, let's send them for qualifying. Probably something like we're hoping to win the championship. I mean, he probably would say that. We've just locked out the front row and we're not going to be starting on the front row. So because the top three have penalties, Carlos Sainz, Yuki Tsunoda and Pierre Gasly are the top three. Hamilton will start fourth. So with all the penalties, oh, hang on, we might... I don't think it does it in the weird way that they do it in real life, where they do it in order of who took penalties first. I think it just goes and takes you 10 places back. So we'll see. In theory, we should be 11th and 12th. But of the remaining... oh, no, we're 18th and 19th because we took everything. Ignore me. So we'll do a two-stopper, I think. Can we do it on mediums? Well, we can. We can do it on mediums. Okay. Of the remaining reveals, whose are you most looking forward to? I'm quite looking forward to actually the Ferrari launch, because I want to see what they have to say about Hamilton joining, because it literally, that's all anyone's going to want to talk about. And of course, Mercedes as well. That'll be interesting. Let's get this race going. But yeah, let me know who you're looking forward to seeing reveal their car most this week. And then of course there's pre-season testing. An Alpine and an Aston Martin on the front row. Who'd have thought it? The lights are out, the race is on, and we are at the back of the pack. But we're going to have a lot of power. Verstappen is actually the car behind us. Ocon has made a good start. Oh, what's going on? We've had a crash. Who's done that? Who's done that? Red Bull will have the same car. Tsunoda at the front has caused this entire traffic jam. Because they do this weird thing where they stop. Yes, you did mess up there, Yuki. Alright, let's see what sort of progress we can make in the early stages. Alonso's actually dropped to last. Hamilton is laughing his little head off at the moment. Bottas is second in the Williams. What's happening there? And this happened earlier for me. The investigation just didn't happen. It was a bit weird. It glitched out. But yeah, Bottas is second for Williams. That is mad. We'll need Alonso to start driving in clean air, I think. Red Bulls are 6th and 8th. This is properly a wacky grid. Oh, by the way, Sauber are now Audi as well. If you hadn't noticed already, Audi have come a few years early. There you go. There's the Audi mod that I've been using in the Mercedes career. I forgot to take it out, honestly. I've found some really cool other mods as well, which we're going to be using. One of which I'm going to use for the McLaren save. It's a bit of a... There's a McLaren ahead of you now. Yes, there is. It's a bit of a retro throwback to a livery that I am very fond of. But we'll see that when we get there. With DRS, we are making no progress so far. Alonso is still last. This is mad. And Hamilton's actually holding everybody... Oh no, Hamilton has just passed Hülkenberg, who's just boxing everybody up, which is a bit mad. Bottas now leads the race for Williams. What is going on? This is absolutely bananas. We won't bother watching our cars because we're last and penultimate last. Valtteri Bottas is winning this race. I'm flabbergasted. This is absolutely crazy. We're just stuck in a DRS train. That's the problem. So maybe Alonso's overtaken Verstappen. Good progress. Is it the McLaren livery from 2005? You're not far off. I won't reveal too much just yet, but also that is a car I'm very fond of. It's just such a shame it didn't win the championship, because it really should have. If it had anything close to reliability, it would have cakewalked it. Bottas is still winning, by the way. Ocon's making progress. That's useful. I'm going to get Alonso to deploy because we need him to start making some moves. Do we turn his overtake aggression up? What do you think, chat? Do we go high overtake aggression, or is it just a bit early for that? Honestly, it doesn't look like it's too early for Ocon. He's just making mincemeat of this lot. Although Alonso's getting a bit dithery in his old age, by the look of it. That said, he's sending it to the inside of Stroll in the Haas. And through the stadium section, job done. Ocon is cracking on. Might as well go high overtake aggression. Alright. This one's on you, Pulse Potato. If it goes wrong... Yeah, we need to make some ground up before we pit, that's for sure. Is Alonso still driving in clean air? He is. He is also deploying, which is... Oh, I thought he was going to go for the double dive bomb there. Ocon's on the back of Piastri. Let's deploy with Esteban. Alonso needs to harvest some energy. Ocon into P13. Fingers crossed we don't smash into everybody with Alonso. He's making his way up to 16th now, the giddy heights of P16. And that's Max Verstappen behind. Seems to be working. Alonso now 16th, Ocon up to 12th as I speak. And going quickly. Alonso's just lost position to Verstappen though, who is now the man on the move, which I don't like, I'll be honest. Hey Callum, how are you, my friend? That's Alonso up to P15 as Callum joins the chat. Clearly he's a good luck charm. Internet crash for 15 minutes, that is not ideal. Internet crashing for 15 seconds is far from good. Hülkenberg has just been nailed for P9 by Ocon. But Bottas is running second, although that's about to be not second. Red Bull have made not as much progress as I thought they would have made so far. That said, nor have we. Bit of an outlier circuit is Mexico. Let's see what we can do. Do I think Horner will resign from Red Bull? No, I think he will lose his job. Because if the accusations are that serious that they're having to do like a proper hearing over it, it's very, very concerning. Callum's got a league race at 8 o'clock. What league is that in, Callum? And are you winning the championship? That's the big question. I did consider league racing on F1. I think it was on 21, the 2021 game for a bit, but it was just sort of arranging time and getting enough time to practice. Nowadays, I work from home a bit more, so I could probably get in an hour of practice every day if I wanted to. Not while I'm working, obviously. After work. Tyres are not good for Esteban, so actually, what I might do is get him going a bit harder. FO5. Is that something we can find on YouTube, or is it just sort of a private league? But P4, don't snipe at that. That is still a good effort. A league race is a league race, whatever form it is. Hamilton now up to second place, so that's more like the progress I thought he would make. Bottas has done his Bottas thing and gone backwards, and he's now behind Ocon. Alonso only 12th still, just making like next to no progress. I'm going to bring Ocon in now, and we're going to go on to... do we go hards or mediums? Let's go, actually, go for a really hard stint on softs. We're going to 3-stop with Ocon. It's a private one. Okay, no problem. 2.9 second stop for Ocon. That'll do. We're going to 3-stop him. Yeah, the 2022 game was terrible for sort of racing online, wasn't it? It was just not good, and the handling model was disgusting as well. I hated it with a passion. This one, the F123 model, is much better. The power slides you can pull as you save a slide, it's brilliant. It's really, really satisfying. I really enjoy it. And that is something that I'm looking to add to the channel as Lewis Hamilton takes the lead for Red Bull. So I've got some plans in mind. It's just about when I tell you about them, because I've actually made a small video about it. So I might pop it out later in the week. But yeah. Let me know if you are a F123 player. Obviously, we know Callum is. If you're an F123 player, let me know and we can get you involved in what's coming up. Alonso, now P7. He wants to get involved in what's coming up. What's Ocon doing? He is overtaking. It won't be on my team. Oh, we've got a VSC. Who has crashed?
Big chance for him.
Oh, who was that? That was someone in the world. That's an Aston Martin. That's Logan Sargent in the barrier. What's he done? He's just going to drop it on the exit of turn 3, and around she goes. That's a heavy whack. Oh, Pulse Potato plays as well. So go into the Discord, join the Discord, and I'm going to create a chat with profile IDs so we can add you, and then we'll let you know. Definitely wasn't a no for open lobbies. So that does probably give it away what's going to happen. We've got an opportunity here actually to pit Alonso for free. We might as well. Let's rebuild Ocon's strategy while we're here actually very quickly. Add new stint. Mediums. Soft. So we can do something like looks like that, I suppose. There we go. What's the Discord? There should be a link to it in the description that takes you straight to it. Otherwise it should just be AHGP, I assume. Callum's in the Discord. He knows what's what. Make sure you're in the Discord. My friend Tom has done a lovely job adding some bells and whistles to it. There's going to be more to come as we come up with more ideas. He's a bit of a wizard on that. I'm not. I'm just a muggle when it comes to that sort of technical stuff. I can do bits, but he goes to Hogwarts, so I go to muggle schools. Let's get this VSC out the way. Alonso has boxed for a fresh set of mediums. We're going to push on the tyres. Deploy and everything. Time up to temperature.
Copy.
Gasly now leads the race. That's interesting. Oysins in the chat, hello to you. Says they're delighted to catch a stream. Well, I'm delighted you're here. Thank you for being here. Nice to have you here too, Callum. I mean, I always appreciate people coming in for the lives. I know they're not always time suitable for everybody. I appreciate that. But they're always there sort of to watch not live, although it's always better to watch it live because then we can have conversation, bounce off each other as Ocon passes Charles Leclerc. That's good stuff from the Frenchman. Alonso still only 9th. Hamilton closing in on Gasly. Did Gasly stop under the VSC? He didn't. Mercedes singing to their own tune here. And Ocon is now after Verstappen. Ocon is doing his own thing as well. I was literally about to ask you that, Callum, or the chat, what do you think we should do after Mercedes at the end of this season? We're approaching, for anyone who doesn't know, we're doing a career mode with Mercedes where we take them to glory again, and we've done that. We've won the championship the last 2 seasons. We're in season 4. We've got George Russell and Oscar Piastri as our drivers. George Russell has the championship lead, having won 7 races in a row in the middle of the year. So there's a lot of things we could do. We could stay with them and keep it on hard difficulty and see how that pans out. We could drop down the grid and essentially turn it into a road to glory with someone else, but keep it within the same universe. So there's lots of options. I'll post something in the community page and also in the Discord as well for anyone who's not on either. So we'll see. What would your suggestions be, guys? Callum's saying an Alfa Romeo one. That could be quite interesting, although they are now Audi. Obviously want to try and maybe steer clear of Ferrari for a bit because we've got this with them and we've got the full season of Monaco save. Could do a McLaren one, but we're going to be doing a McLaren series on the next live stream series. So this is half the problem. Once you've started using 1 or 2 teams, you don't want to keep moving them around. There was, Williams. I could reduce one team's performance so they're like really slow, and then we build them back up again and basically have it as a completely fresh start. And there is a team that I have in mind for that. So I'll come up with some ideas. And as always, in the Discord, you will find, I think it's still there, is a video suggestion or series suggestion channel. So you can always pop them in there. Williams seems like a popular choice. We could definitely do Williams. We could even stick on the Golf livery from the beginning. As Alonso, no, that's Ocon, goes past Verstappen. Alonso now up to P6. Verstappen into the pit lane. He'll be going on to a set of soft tyres, I would think. He is indeed. The Mercedes mechanics go to work. Lewis Hamilton now leads this race once again. but he's only 6 seconds clear of Ocon, which is very interesting. And Hamilton's on a set of mediums, although Ocon is about to pit not too far away. Alonso 11.5 seconds back. That's interesting. We might be able to make that up. Hamilton is in a very good position, but obviously because we started way back with the grid penalties, I think we basically gave up on the win. We've got a yellow flag and another virtual safety car. That's so useful for Ocon. Who's crashed? Magnussen's out. Has he hit Bottas? Has he ruined Bottas's day? He has. Oh, the Scandinavians are at war. They're throwing snowballs at each other. And they've given Esteban Ocon a free pit stop onto the mediums. Lovely stuff. DRS disabled. We can save the tyres. And everything else as well. So let's speed that along. Do Red Bull until they're the best. Then go to AlphaTauri and try and do get a Red Bull 1, 2, 3. Well, Red Bull already are the best. So it could just be about trying to get AlphaTauri to be basically a Red Bull top 4. Lots of ideas. I like it. I like it a lot. Safety car ending.
Virtual safety car ending. Copy.
If Horner gets the sack, I'm so doing a video of that. Someone taking over at Red Bull.
Keep pushing.
Definitely doing that. Alonso, let's push with you again. See if we can close down Leclerc. Ocon, that VSC worked out perfectly for him because he's come out actually ahead of Verstappen, who boxed before him. So that's completely scuppered his progress. Ocon now passes Sainz. Is he on? He's on normal overtake aggression. Alonso is on really aggressive. He's just passed George Russell. As Esteban Ocon, sorry. Alonso is third.
And just a reminder on DRS.
Doesn't have any ERS, but he's just passed Leclerc for P3. And is now just under 8 seconds off the lead. This is coming together quite nicely for Fernando. Don't think he could win the championship today. Oh, it was in Mexico. But we'll see. Battery empty for Ocon. Oh, we have a safety car.
There is a crash.
Now who's crashed?
Very careful.
This is... oh, George Russell is out. And everybody's going in the pit lane.
Very positive.
I was just trying to add Ben to the Discord, but it looks like you've been added, which is great. And that is Verstappen crashing into George Russell. Of all the things to happen. Okay, so safety car, which surely means...
There is a crash.
Right, we definitely put on new tyres. Although Ocon probably doesn't need to.
Everyone are okay.
Because he's... He's going to miss out on a free stop. That's frustrating for him. Everybody else going into the pit lane. Russell got the penalty for that. Are you for real? So Ocon leads the race. And we need to make sure we top up our battery. Well, it should do it just in neutral, to be fair. This isn't going to work out well for Ocon because he needs to scamper off actually, and then we need to pit again for the softs. But he's just too far out to make it to the end on softs, and so is Alonso really. But then we can just box again with Fernando. What has Hamilton gone to? Hards. Okay, well, I think we might win this race because even though we'll stop again, we should be good to catch them up. We're going to just go flat out here. Let's see how the restart goes. See you later, Callum. Thank you for joining me. Could we mod over Alfa Romeo for the next season? Maybe we can. They're already here. Yeah, good to see you in the Discord there, Pulse Potato. That is good news. When I get the channel for profile names up and running, I will let everybody know, and then you can just drop your F123 profile IDs in there, and we should be good to go from there. And talking of being good to go, Ocon is trying to pull away as Alonso moves past Tsunoda. So we could be running 1-2 at one point in this race, so having started right at the back, we could be in a good position. I've got a fly, a mosquito flying around. I'm going to have to close the curtains. So I'll let them race and I'll close the curtains. And I also see that the chat has appeared on the right hand side of this screen, which is good to know. Although, is it on there twice? It is on there twice because it's on a different. I need to sort my my layouts out. It's a bit messy. It's a bit Lionel. Okay, Ocon is flying at the front. He's a second and a half ahead, and Alonso is right on the tail of Lewis Hamilton. Let's see where we get to in a few laps' time once we need to stop. Alonso takes second place from Hamilton. And he is also on a bit of a charge. Yeah. Like I said, I'm a bit of a muggle when it comes to tech. So we are now first and second first. I'm going to ask Alonso not to fight his teammate because we just want them to pull away. They start slowing each other down. Once Ocon starts holding him up, we'll have to box. What does this do for the championship? Let's just check in with. Where is it? There you go. So it's 382 plays 337. That is a gap of, let me get my calculator out. So 382. It's 45. That can't be right. I believe it was 58. Yeah, make it make sense. I don't know. We'll calculate it once the race is finished. Okay, I think Alonso. Well, is he being? He's probably being held up because he's on soft tyres. We've got another yellow flag. This is the yellow flag Grand Prix. Hulkenberg is now in the wars, it would seem. But Ferrari are flying at the front. We are 6 seconds clear of Hamilton, who's on his hard tyres. The investigation has glitched again. Was it? Maybe it was Bottas who had a bit of an issue. Okay, so we'll bring our drivers in now. So Ocon can come in first. Then we'll bring Alonso in the lap after. Then we should be, well, I won't say good to win, but we should be able to then catch everybody else. Oh, Ocon's come out in 13th. Oh my gosh. This is going to be disgusting. We've got all the fuel we need. We've got the tyres. Everybody else is on old tyres or hard tyres, which are used slightly. So in comes Alonso. Let's see where he pops out. This is more important for him that he gets a good exit position. Perez is in. I think a few people on softs might find themselves coming in. And Alonso has been overcut. Sorry, has overcut his teammate. Oh, no. He did the... oh, God dang it. He had the don't fight teammate on and now he's lost 2 positions. Why? Why do I always forget? What is it with the forgetting of that button? Damn. Alright, Ocon is zooming. And we like it when our cars do zooming. How far off the leaders are we? Only 10 seconds. So we could still win this race. Get both our drivers driving in clean air so they make the overtakes. Did Horner... yeah, Carol Legend 23. I don't think that's quite what's happened. But he's definitely been doing something he shouldn't have done. If I'm reading into the word pipe as you mean it, then yes, I don't think that's what he did.
And ERS is disabled.
ERS disabled, and Ocon is chasing his best mate, Max Verstappen. We should get Alonso deploying, actually. That will help him
So deployed.
as he goes past Daniel Ricciardo. Doing some naughty things. Yeah, so yeah, he was definitely doing things that weren't appropriate, let's put it that way. Would be unfair to comment too much because we just don't know. We just simply don't know. Ocon has allowed Alonso through, and Alonso's now muscling his way past Verstappen. Excuse me. And Alonso's up to P6. He's only 8 seconds off the lead. And he's passing Sainz. This is going fantastically. Surely we're not going to win from 18th on the grid. Gasly's swerving all over the place. Can we make it down the... We should make it down the straight here. No. Go on the brakes, there we go. Yeah, vamos! Fernando Alonso up to P4. He's only 7.5 seconds off of Hamilton in the lead. And I think we might be able to catch him before the end. Heard Brian Brunson. Yeah, he was definitely doing something. Aggressive management style is part of what is reported, but we won't know anything until the investigation is done. Well, even after the investigation is done, we might not know anything. Except that he was, he's either got the job or has been sacked. Another yellow. Oh, who was that? Who was that? That's Leclerc. He's spun at turn 2 and then is just sitting there crying. Oh, Charles. Yep. He's had the best car most of this season and hasn't won a race. I mean, obviously, if Horner's found not guilty of anything as Alonso takes second place, then we just move on. People will comment on it and speculate, but we just move forward. If he does lose his job, I think we need to be told kind of why. Esteban, we are turning the overtake aggression up. That is a wild Max Verstappen on our left-hand side. Not everything will see the light of day. You are absolutely right, because certain Ferrari engine agreements have never been revealed and probably will never be revealed. Can we catch Lewis Hamilton with Fernando Alonso? When am I doing some of the F123 stuff in the Discord? I will reveal that later in the week. I haven't got a set date for it yet. I need to decide that. So, rest assured, I will put the times, dates, everything will go on the community page, in the Discord. There will be some fanfare to it, put it that way. And we need the fanfare right now because Fernando Alonso is about to pass Lewis Hamilton and steal the win. Just not yet. Is he on high overtake aggression? Let's put it on high overtake aggression. What could possibly go wrong? This is when they're both in the hedge. And it presents Ocon with the win. Could you imagine? There goes Fernando Alonso into P1. The Tifosi roars. Fernando leads the way, but did he? Hamilton got DRS. Is he going to come back at us? He did. He still is. I think they still wheel to wheel. It's like 2017 all over again. And Hamilton finds a way to get back alongside. What is it with Hamilton and being on hard tyres when championship rivals have softs? Hamilton drops to P2. Can Ocon catch him as well? He might. We might have a 1-2 here. Hamilton's still hanging with us. Here he comes, retaking the lead. This is going to end in tears, isn't it? It's absolutely ending with them colliding. You just know it. Oh, that was so close. Oh, this is... I'm not sure I'm comfortable with this. Here we go. Another braking zone. Well, Alonso knows what he's doing. Behind the wheel of a racing car. Don't think Ocon's quite got the pace to catch them. Here we go. We've got the DRS down the main straight again. Well, this time at least. And there goes Fernando Alonso. Let's deploy and put an end to this battle on the penultimate lap. And Hamilton won't catch us from there. So it's going to be 8 wins in a row for Ferrari now. And Bottas, who led this race in the early stages, is about to be lapped on the final tour. I feel a bit sorry for him. But also get out of the way, Bottas. Oh dear. Right, let's just have a look and see who's had a bit of a shock result. Lando Norris in P8. That's a good performance from him. Daniel Ricciardo, 9th in the Haas. That's not so bad. Hulkenberg's just lost a point position for Williams. Leclerc has had a stinker considering he spun. But it's all come up roses for Fernando Alonso. He wins again. He wins in Mexico. And Ocon just misses out on making it a 1-2. Not bad from 18th and 19th on the grid, I must say. That's a pretty good effort. Mercedes come home 5th and 6th. Tsunoda kept it pointing the right way to finish 4th. That's impressive. I love how it's the Aston Martin branded helmet. Brilliant. And his helmet's just disappeared. So, Alonso up 17 places. Ocon up 16. 26 lovely, juicy points for Fernando Alonso. So now, let's do the maths properly, because it didn't seem to want to play ball during the race. So 430, 364, 66 points. And how many are available? So 26 times 3, 78 plus 8, maximum of 86. So it's looking very likely that Fernando wins the championship in Brazil. And we've got 4 days until that race. We've had some parts fail, which is never good. Ocon's car is all good. So that's lovely, lovely, lovely. ATR starts today. We're not particularly interested in that because we don't need it. The pit crew are exhausted. Well, do something about it then. Oh my god. Oh dear. We are 3.5 million away from breaking the cost cap. That's not good. Ocon is improving a little bit. Behrman's improved a little bit. Okay, let's go to Brazil and win a championship. We won't bother about performance targets. We're only interested in the championship. It is a sprint weekend as well. And if he can do it, it would be Fernando's 3rd championship, and they've all been won in Brazil. So we'll just do this, simulate the session. Verstappen quicker than us. Let's see if we can do some setup work quickly. Do you know what? We're just going to leave it there. I'm not faffing around, although we probably should give Ocon some more front wing, but then we need to do this. That'll do, and then we'll take 0.5 degree out of the rear wing. Okay. Simulate to practice. There we go. Charles Leclerc takes pole position, but he has a grid drop, so it's a Ferrari front row. Hamilton seems to have thrown in the towel. He's only P4. Look at all the penalties. This is mad. This is what we're going to see later on this season, because the teams are going to be just churning through engine components. Because 24 races we've got to get through this year. It's going to be absolutely mad. We've topped FP2, the totally irrelevant FP2, I might add. Okay, sprint o'clock. It's a fairly straightforward strategy, I would say. Talking of sprints, we've actually seen that they're going to move sprint qualifying to Friday night and the sprint to Saturday morning, followed by normal qualifying for the Grand Prix and then the Grand Prix. What do you think of that weekend format change? Does that work a bit better? Because I think the sprint qualifying has its place. They qualify for the sprint and then they qualify for the Grand Prix. I think the sprint qualifying format actually needs to be different from the Grand Prix qualifying format, if that makes sense. So you have 2 different qualifyings. Leclerc is on pole position for the sprint, but he'll drop back in the race. We can still have pole position because we could win the sprint, I suppose. Ocon, don't fight teammate. And we've got an immediate red flag. We've got an immediate red flag. Who has done an oopsie? I think it's Lando Norris. What's happened to Lando? Oh, him. Oh, and Ricciardo. They've just crashed into the barrier. They've gone sliding down the hill. Hello to BBENEWN. Thank you for joining us. You've joined us at a very dramatic moment. We've got a red flag on the first lap of the Sao Paulo sprint. So we'll just stay on these tyres, I suppose. No changes. Everyone's going to go to a new set of something, or softs, aren't they? Alonso won in Mexico, Pulse Potato. He snatched the win with a couple of laps to go. Has everyone gone on? Everyone stayed on the same tyres because they've basically done nothing. And what's Ocon? What are you doing, you Wally? How did Ricciardo get the penalty for that? That's nuts.
I can't do anything, guys. Keep pushing.
Alonso is now being harassed by Verstappen. They've managed to stay on the track at turn 4 in Brazil with Verstappen on the inside. It is possible. Alonso retakes the position from the Mercedes. I don't like how they run side by side for so long on this game. They do need to tweak that slightly because you just end up losing so much time. But here we go then. Fernando Alonso for the lead of the sprint. Might as well drive in clean air and have the position. Or not. We won't have the position. But sprints are fairly straightforward. We almost had the lead there. And we do now have the lead. Here he is in the lead, Fernando Alonso. Tyres are getting a bit cooked. Verstappen is so good on his tyres in this game. I'm not sure he's actually that good on his tyres, like as good as this game makes him out to be in real life, but you know, hey ho. Leclerc's making it difficult. Maybe he's finally going to win something this season other than just qualifying. Ocon back up to P3. Tyres are getting a bit too hot. Alonso now having a look at taking the lead again, and does, but will probably lose it in a minute. George Russell is 5th in the AlphaTauri. He's ahead of a Lewis Hamilton driven Red Bull. If you ever had a question over how good George Russell is, there you go, there's your answer. Alonso back down to P2, but Ocon and Verstappen are joining the party to make it a quartet at the front. Hamilton needs some points in this race, good points as well. We can't win the championship for Alonso in the sprint because he needs to be 78 points clear and there's only 8 points on offer. But if it was to be Alonso winning and Hamilton not scoring, he would only need 6th or 7th maybe at worst to be champion. We are now 1st and 2nd in this race. We do need to look after our tyres though at some point, because otherwise we won't have any left, and that would be a problem. Yes, we've used significantly more than everybody else, but we do now have track position, so I suppose that's the balance, the trade-off you make. Russell still... Oh, he's just dropped behind Hamilton. Leclerc not within DRS of Ocon. We'll just save a bit of fuel. We've got 10 laps to go. I'm just going to leave it on ×8 because we're just going around in circles, but there's nothing really to show you, although Leclerc is now within DRS range of Ocon. But Esteban is doing a good job of backing everybody up, well, blocking everybody in and holding them back. We'll get Fernando not driving in clean air anymore because he is in clean air. Oh, Ocon, you weren't supposed to take the lead there. Low overtake aggression. So he doesn't make overtakes anymore. Oh, sorry, I did that on Alonso. I did that on the wrong driver. Focus. Leclerc into P2. That's not what we want. Now we need high overtake aggression because Esteban needs to get back into P2. But Leclerc challenging for the lead. Horner is currently awaiting his fate. He is indeed, but he will probably have another couple of interviews. They've got to go through a lot of information, I think. I reckon we'll find out this is something that's been going on for a while. And there might even be multiple allegations. Like multiple different people. Fernando, we need you to pick up the pace, please. We need you to be faster than Leclerc. But right now we're not being faster than Leclerc. What's the tyre situation? We are 5% worse off. Ocon has obliterated his tyres. We're going to be hanging on for dear life with him. Don't think we're going to win the sprint. Hamilton is just jousting with Russell and can do nothing about it. Ocon, we don't want you high overtake aggression behind Fernando. Please and thank you. Could we do it? Let's just do 2 laps of attack and see if we can close down Leclerc on the last couple of laps. Deploy as well. We've got a yellow flag. Who was that? Russell running wide and handing the position to Hamilton. Let's harvest into the braking zone here. And we'll deploy. See if we can catch. We've actually got into DRS range here with Fernando. Let's drive in clean air. Are we going around the outside? It looks like we are. Fernando Alonso is going to steal the sprint victory on the final lap. Brilliant. Absolutely love that. And then we're out of energy. We're just going to keep attacking on the tyres. It doesn't matter. Leclerc has just been gazumped and his heart's broken again. Fernando Alonso wins the sprint. Fantastic. And opens up another 4 points on Lewis Hamilton. Taking the lead of the championship to 70 points. And he needs to leave Sao Paulo with a lead of, well, if he leaves with that lead, he's the world champion. Ocon getting the fastest lap of the sprint. And we're straight into race day. Let's do... Got another set of mediums to use? We do. Let's go on the set of mediums to finish the race. They just hold up a little bit longer. We'll do the same with Esteban. There we go. Rightio. Let's do another motor race and see if we can get Fernando Alonso that elusive third world championship. We did it with Lewis getting the 8th in Sao Paulo in the Mercedes journey. Can we get Fernando Alonso the hat trick? We're looking for 5 red lights in Sao Paulo. The lights are out. The race is on. Ocon, immediately don't fight your teammate. Just be a rolling red wall through the first couple of corners. There we go. He moves across. Doesn't let Alonso fall behind. And That was a perfect start. Logan Sargent is P6, by the way. Leclerc only P7. He had a 5-place grid drop, I would assume then. Hamilton up to 4th in the early laps. Hamilton needs to win the race and hope that Alonso basically doesn't finish. Alonso, if Hamilton wins, Alonso needs to be... what? He only needs to score 5 points? No, he needs to score 8 points, so it would need to be 6th. Ocon's tyres are already melting. As are Fernando's. There we go. So we've opened up a 1.5 second gap back to Verstappen, which is quite good. Does help that we've got fairly fresh power unit components in the car. And Verstappen's actually doing us a favour. He's holding Hamilton back. And we're just able to cruise away here. Let's deploy with both drivers and just basically open up the gap because we can. Everybody's on soft tyres, so we're probably all running the same strategy. Hamilton and Verstappen are duking it out. Let's have a look at those two. Battling around Sao Paulo, but it's teams reversed this time. And again, it is Hamilton challenging into turn 4. They are now 5 seconds behind us. Alonso is giving Ocon a load of dirty air, which is heating up his tyres. So we'll ask him to avoid the high-risk curbs. It's a good way to cool your tyres very quickly. Ocon's tyre temperature should come down from here. There you go. They're immediately dropping plenty. And we've got rain on the way. What's going... Oh, no. Oh, dear. The game has crashed. The game has crashed. I don't believe this. It does this thing where it glitches. And it doesn't show you the strategy. So I've got to close the game. Bear with. Let's get up ye old task manager. End F1 manager. And the black screen. Okay, well, we'll try that again. Oh, it was going so well, wasn't it? In fact, what I'm going to do is... Shall I, where is it? If I change... No, I'll leave it for now. I was going to move the chat box on the other... In fact, if I do that, there we go. That fixes it. Oh no, that's the wrong button. Clicking all the wrong buttons. Alright, we'll try this race again. Let's see. Something tells me Alonso's not going to get this third world championship. The F1 universe is just doing everything it can to deny him. Let's have a look at our strategy. It should be somewhere where we can have a look. Strategy editor. Aha, track graph. So we're looking at around lap, what? 13, 14 for the rain that we now know is coming. Although we could have known that because I could have paid attention at the start, but I didn't. So it's going to be really heavy, then it'll ease off. So we might as well go inters. Do something like that, and then going to it's going to dry out towards the end. You're going to want to put some softs on somewhere around there. So that will be interesting. So let's do that. Maybe bring Ocon in a lap earlier. There we go. Alright, let's try again. Let's see if we can win Fernando that World Championship this time. It's all red front row, but we knew that already. And once again, 5 red lights. The lights are out. The race is on. Ocon, don't fight, teammate. Let's see, can we get through turn 1 as we did before? Yes, we can. And so it's just, let's see if we can open up that gap again. Hamilton up to P4, although Tsunoda this time getting back in front on lap 1. How has Tsunoda got the fastest lap in P5? That's absolute bonkers. Just go aggressive because we don't want to overheat the tyres too much. Well, there you go, they're already boiling. Ocon now with the fastest lap. Alonso's led the first 2 laps and somehow hasn't been the fastest man on either of them. Let's cool the tyres down. And steady up our ERS deployment. But look at that, there we go. We have already opened up a little bit of a cushion back to Verstappen, which is basically what we did before. We're trying to recreate it. So let's get to the point where the rain is on the way and see how the race unfolds. I think we are on hard difficulty? We can't change it in the game. Okay, I can't even show you. Verstappen's actually closed the gap a bit. He's come with us this time. Let's go aggressive on the tyres. Ocon needs to cool his down by avoiding those high-risk curves. Verstappen now dropping back. Got a yellow flag. We've had lots of incidents today. Lots and lots of incidents. We've had 2 virtual safety cars, a safety car and a red flag. And the game has crashed. All in one stream. Absolutely incredible. I mean, there's enough content for one season across a series. And there's another VSC. Safety car. Who is it this time? Is it Piastri? Oh, it's Piastri and Stroll. Okay. Here we go. The classic down to turn 4. Almost 3 wide, and then bang. Oh, a double collision.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, that was double collision because got him once and then he got him again.
Stay as close as possible to the delta.
What is the... Oh yeah, too soon for inters because it's not raining. Verstappen had a lock-up on turn 10 but under yellow flags. This game's mad sometimes, absolutely mad. And we are expecting some rain. 4 minutes away from rain. Do you know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to bring Ocon into the pit lane now for inters. Because I am guessing this safety car will take an age. Let's see. And even at this pace, his tyres are melting. This was a mistake. Although we are a minute away from rain. How are his tyres getting too hot behind the safety car? But it is now raining.
Reporting a lot of rain.
Let's...
Copy.
We're bringing Alonso straight in. Heavy rain on the way. We're going to bring him in. And then everybody else will struggle around on slicks for a minute, for a lap or two. When's the safety car coming in? Not yet. I mean, we've gone so early with Ocon. We might as well bring him in for another set. Actually, I'll leave him out until the
Rain coming. Yes.
until the safety car comes in. So Alonso drops to the back of the pack. Pit stop issue doesn't matter. Surely the safety car comes in this lap. Has to. Ocon's tyres are destroyed. I mean, what an experiment to make. Safety car ending. There we go. Okay, so we'll just bring Ocon in this lap.
We may restart again next lap.
Copy.
Surely everybody goes in. No, they're not going in yet. Except Ocon. Right, we are now last and second last, but we're on the right tyres. Because it's going to get really wet right now. So let's deploy and push with the engine. Out comes Ocon on fresh inters. Everybody's about to go into the pit lane. And we're going to get the undercut of all undercuts. In they go. There they go. Because we boxed under the safety car, everybody's in the pit lane. Verstappen is being held for everyone. Where's Hamilton? He's only just got out. Leclerc's only just got tyres. Where's Ocon? Here he comes. Who's at the... Look at the lead that Alonso has. This is insane. That's Tsunoda. Ocon is now going to be P2, P3? P3. It's not quite worked out as well for Ocon. Oh, he's very close to Hamilton, but Alonso has a 16-second lead. 200 IQ plays. Oh, it was beautiful. It's worth the extra tyre wear because we can just babysit them from here. We can cool them down. Well, the thing is, they'll cool down on their own.
Copy.
So increase pushing status.
But that has worked a treat. Not often you get to do that. The safety car was so well timed. Just look at this lead for Fernando Alonso. That is absolutely incredible. Ocon's tyres still actually getting a bit too hot.
And just a reminder on your eyes.
Okay.
But we are getting more rain. I'd loathe to touch this, actually. We're just going to leave it as it is. So the tyres will cool down because there's going to be more water on the circuit. But Tsunoda in second is just holding everybody up. Ocon was already avoiding the high-risk curves and they were still overheating. Why are they so hot? What's going on with our tyres? We're absolutely munching through them. Maybe it's just the circuit layout? This is absolutely bizarre. I've never seen the inters be so hot when it's wet. But Alonso's still storming away. He's going to be lapping people soon. This is insane. And finally, his tyre temperatures are coming under control. Hamilton finally moves past Tsunoda. So let's see, now that we've got the tyre temperatures under control, if we can look after the temperatures again. Nope, we can't. We need to go light on the tyres, at least with Ocon, because he's in traffic. But even with Alonso, they're heating up and he's not following anybody. So we can go light with them because we've got 23 seconds of lead. Let's get Ocon deploying because we need him to make some forward progress. I don't like it that he's stuck in this train. Driving in clean air, yes he is. We'll take him off don't fight teammate for now. Here he comes. Not quite got the speed. It's so difficult to overtake in the rain because obviously DRS disappears. But here comes Esteban Ocon down the inside. Thinks better of it. Track drying up again. No wonder the temperatures skyrocketed behind the safety car because even in the rain they're just way too hot. So difficult to manage them. But Alonso's around the other side of the circuit as the Hamilton's coming out of Yuncao. What's the lap times? We're only 0.3 laps slower. It's not a disaster. And Hamilton's having to push to try and catch us. So his tyres are actually doing alright in comparison is Alonso's. Ocon, I think if we push with him, just go aggressive and deploy, see if we can get past Tsunoda because I've had enough of this. He's just stuck in traffic and I don't like it. Do you know what? We're turning the overtake aggression up as well. No ERS, doesn't matter. We're going for this.
Yeah, copy.
Come on, Esteban. In Mexico, he was going past them like they weren't there. Is he? Because I had to turn the deployment off. There we go. Can we find a way through, please? Apparently not. Este's not being the bestie. But Alonso is, and he's on the way to a World Championship. And interestingly, the two championships that he clinched in Brazil, he didn't win either of the races. So it'd be a nice change from tradition in that sense. Ocon's tyres are way too hot. Let's top up the battery and conserve the tyres for now. Get the tyre temperatures down.
Yeah.
Not a lot happens when it rains on F1 Manager. It's just a bit watch the dots go round, really. And there you go. Yellow flag. Who crashed? What happened? Alonso's saying he's... Oh my god. Alonso's hit Logan Sargent. Oh my god, that could have been his day done. Wow. Back marker almost taking out the race leader in Brazil. I've genuinely seen that before. Jos Verstappen did it to Juan Pablo Montoya in 2001. Do you know what? We've got an advantage big enough to bring Alonso in and give him fresh tyres. So we will. The investigation has glitched again. FIA don't know who's at fault for that. 2.8 second stop time. Where's Hamilton? Here he comes. We should be absolutely gloriously fine. He's not even in the shot. There we go. It's still 4 seconds. And still, Ocon can't get past. Right, we're going to go attack out of Yun Kao and deploy. And we're still pushing on the engine as well. So here we go. Attack. Deploy. Is he driving in clean air? Yes, he is. Let's jump on board. And that has made all the difference. So basically, if you want to overtake... Oh, Hamilton's boxed. Interesting. Very interesting. If you want to overtake in the rain, you have to turn everything up to 11. Wow. Is Hamilton responding to what we did? That's weird. I didn't expect to see him in the pit lane. Ricardo's in. Oh. Have we just triggered other people into pitting because we needed to? That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. We are due... I'm loath to touch it. I don't want to kill the game again. We are due a dry patch towards the end, around lap 60. So there's a yellow flag. Sargent involved again, just having a bit of a moment on his own. Let's get to around lap 60 and see if this rain does dry up. Ocon should probably conserve his tyres. The rain is coming back down again. And Alonso is extending his lead. Hamilton in 6th. Now 5th because Leclerc pits. Another yellow flag. That's Ricciardo falling down the order. And Alonso is going to be in amongst this pack of cars that's about to be lapped. Where is he? There he is. So that's Ricciardo about to be a lap down. Let's go balanced on our fuel because we might need that towards the end. Alonso puts a lap on Ricciardo. Nothing interesting to show you on the game at the moment. So tell me your biggest prediction for the 2024 season. Is there going to be a surprise winner? Is there going to be a new winner? Is there going to be a teammate that outperforms a teammate that we don't expect? How many races will Max Verstappen win this year? Will Mercedes win a race this year? I think they will. It can't be any worse than last year, surely. Surely not. The last 2 years have been borderline torture for Mercedes fans. And most of them are soon to be Ferrari fans. Oh, Esteban. It's alright. We're so fast that he's had time to spin and be ahead of Verstappen still. So, that's a spin, isn't it? And it's absolutely deaded his tyres. So we're going to probably need to come in for that. Well, actually, let's babysit those to the dry period. And then we'll put some slicks on it. Alonso cruising out in the lead. This is just happy hour for him. He's navigating back markers. He's actually just catching up to Sargent again. Where is he? Sargent, who caused us to need to pit, gets out of the way this time. Well, I say Sargent. It was Alonso who was sort of banging wheels, wasn't it? Very interesting that we got away with that. Hamilton only in P4. He needs to be doing a lot more than that if he wants to win the World Championship. But it's not going to happen today because Alonso is completely in control of this. Ocon's actually hanging on to P2 ahead of Verstappen, which is good to see. Obviously with DRS we'd be under an enormous amount of pressure. But with no DRS, everything's fine, right? Do I risk it? Do I risk it? No. I'm just going to... Here we go. I'm just going to overwrite the data. And then I'm going to touch it. Okay, it's good. Whew. It's fine. We don't have to reboot the game again. Okay, so the rain is... Oh, it's going to be around lap 65 it's going to stop. So with Ocon, do you know what? We just need to bring him in. I think. And then we'll just go and smash it with him because we'll be able to, because everyone else is going to be looking after their tyres. Look at the state of the tyres. Verstappen 39%. We probably could have hung on with Ocon, to be fair. But he's come out in P6. He had a pit stop issue because the pit crew are very, very sleepy right now. They're exhausted. Push with the fuel and deploy the energy. Alonso with a 30-second lead almost now, which is absolutely astonishing. He's literally singing in the rain. DRS empty.
DRS disabled.
Copy that.
There's nothing I need to show you though, because we're just romping away from Verstappen, who's in traffic, I think. No, he's not. He's there. I thought they were closer than they were. But Verstappen is just in clear air and is a second and a half a lap slower because his tyres are basically well past their use-by date. Ocon is actually the fastest man on track, a 13.6. That's pretty good going. Tyres are hot, doesn't matter. We should be getting some dry period at some point soon. Let's go warp speed. And this hasn't been a particularly exciting race to watch because we're under no threat. And obviously the rain just kind of kills the racing. Look at the train behind Lando Norris, by the way, as the sunshine peeks out. Hello to Callum, he's back. How did your league race go? I'm kind of worried actually asking that question because you're back now. I'm guessing it hasn't gone well. Have you been involved in a first corner collision by any chance, Callum? As Lando Norris loses P10 to Hulkenberg. So, Callum, you join us in the closing stages of the Brazilian Grand Prix, and Fernando Alonso is 37.5 seconds in the lead. We've had a bit of a wacky weekend in Brazil. So we've had an instant red flag in the sprint. We've had the game crash. We've had a virtual safety car, a safety car. We've had both our cars on inters in the dry and at the back. Everybody pitted after the safety car. There's another virtual safety car. Yeah, everyone pitted after a safety car where the rain started. And they all came in at once. Oh, not very well. Got spun on lap 16. I am sorry to hear that. That is not what you want from a competitive race. Let's bring Ocon in for a set of softs and undercut everybody else. We're just going to keep doing things differently to everyone else. Let's bring Alonso in as well. The track will soon be dry, because you can see it's about to be so. And everybody else is coming in too. Ocon's following them all in. Alonso can just do what he wants because it doesn't matter. Ocon, I think, has jumped Leclerc in all of that. So he's now P4. Red Bull double stacking. Track now dry. There you go. Alonso is a minute in the lead as he pits. You got sacked at Alfa Romeo. Oh no. That's not ideal. What happened? VSC ending.
Ending now.
And
Copy that.
right, Ocon, can you catch Lewis Hamilton? Let's just attack with the tyres. We've got 5 laps left of the race. We've got so much spare fuel, it's ridiculous with Alonso. We might as well go attack with him and see if we can get the fastest lap. Ocon with a purple middle sector there. What about Alonso? Purple middle sector. Last in the championship. It's so brutal on this game. It sacks you for you know. Alfa Romeo have got the worst car. It doesn't take that into consideration, which is annoying. Maybe try with Alpine or Williams. We've got another yellow flag. Ocon with the fastest lap of the race. He's absolutely charging. He might actually grab P2 in this race. So Alonso's not improving his lap time, so we'll just settle down with him. Can Ocon catch the guys ahead? Doesn't look like it at the moment. Tyres getting very hot. As Verstappen does the fastest lap. Yeah, Callum, maybe try Alpine or Williams. Good luck charming to making me do one. Well, we can do a Williams save if you want. Not against that at all. Ocon's still got his rain light on. I just noticed. Unless it was harvesting energy. That's probably what it was. Oh, excuse me, Alpines. Please get out of the way. Here's Fernando Alonso. He is almost there. It's been a long time waiting. But now he can start the final lap before... Well, this is the final lap he'll have as a double world champion. Because at the end of this one, he will be a triple world champion. Ocon, go for it, son. He won't catch Verstappen. It's 3 seconds. But he might have Hamilton. Alonso is cruising out front. Mexico went very well. Alonso won. Ocon finished third. Literally about 0.2 of a second behind Hamilton. He's going to finish third again, I think, because he's about to pass Lewis Hamilton. There we go. Beautiful stuff. This race has not been particularly exciting, apart from the period around the safety car where we pitted before it because it was raining. We read it perfectly. And sort of now in the dry. But Ocon moving into third place. Here's Fernando Alonso. We've joined him just in time. He's no longer a double world champion. Fernando Alonso is a triple world champion. He wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. That's 9 race wins in a row on this safer Ferrari. B1, absolutely.
I'm happy for you guys.
Where is Verstappen? He's too far ahead. That's Ocon just going through Albon corner. And he will beat Hamilton home. And Lewis will have to come back another time for a world championship. Ocon finishes third. It's 2 Ferraris on the podium. But the important thing is that Fernando Alonso is the world champion.
Good point.
Nice weekend.
And there he is. He celebrates once again. Ferrari on top. Alonso on top. This is what should have happened in 2010 or 2012. Still looks weird seeing Verstappen in a Mercedes suit, doesn't it? He's handed over his crown to Fernando today. Alonso's the man. And there you go. The gap is 83 points. Absolutely no coming back from that. Ocon now up to third, actually. That's I didn't notice that in the Mexico standings. But yeah, he's up to third. He could possibly, could he catch Hamilton? He'd need to win the last 2 races, I think. Is he close enough? No, he's not actually. He's not close enough. So Hamilton's secure in second. Ocon just needs to secure third. Oh, no, sorry. I thought there was a sprint in Vegas, but that was when I edited it. Yeah, Verstappen in P5. Sonoda in 6th ahead of Gasly. George Russell's got himself into the top 10 in an AlphaTauri. Man's doing bits. And where's Lando? 12th. AlphaTauri 6th in the constructors. That is incredible. Audi have 0 points. McLaren, for some reason, are always terrible in these games because they start at such a low point. They'll be better on this year's version. Yes, Callum, absolutely would love championship celebrations like you do in the F1 23 game. You win the championship, it gives you a specific cutscene. But like here, it doesn't acknowledge it at all, whereas it really should. But Fernando Alonso, champion for a 3rd time. Look at the strategy. Ocon pits on lap 10 for Inters. Pits on lap 13 for Inters because we went too early. But incredible. What a season it's been. So we have a decision to make now. Technically, the championship is done. The only thing I suppose we need to confirm is the Constructors' Championship, but we are 100 points clear. So I think we've won the Constructors as well. Let me do the calcs. So it's 43 times 2. No, it's not. It's 44 times 2. Plus 7 plus 8. Okay, so if Red Bull finish 1st and 2nd in the sprint... Oh no, there's no sprint, is there? What am I on about? Ferrari have won the Constructors. I keep thinking there's another sprint to come. Ferrari have won the Constructors because there's only 88 points remaining. So it's double celebrations for Ferrari. Alonso's the champion. We're Constructors champions. So we don't need to do the last 2 races if we don't need to. But let me know in the chat comments, because we're going to be ending the stream in a moment, what you think we should do. I'll put a post in the community page as well. See what you think we should do. Should we do the last 2 races even though they're basically dead rubbers, or should we move on to McLaren with no upgrades until Austria? So that is the wrong screen. I will go back to the correct screen. There we go. Right, thank you very much for everyone joining in the chat tonight. I know that second race wasn't quite as exciting as we hoped it might be, but we still had some fun, didn't we? So, yeah, thanks to everyone for joining. Have a good week. I will see you next Sunday at 7:30, and I'll let you know more during this week about my F1 23 plans and the open lobbies that are coming. So, have a good week. I'll see you next time. You're the best fans. Bye for now.